Observer today, we'll talk about my exit plan for XRP and HBAR. After that, you guys can do what you want with this video. I'm not giving you any money tips. It's also great if you think you'll never get out of the XRP HBAR or Thankx. I see things your way. Now, if you want to make the most of the bull market, the money that has come into the markets, and the money that will be coming in soon, you should keep watching this video. And this is because, as we all know, Bitcoin goes through cycles and liquidity cycles. These have to do with the Federal Reserve and the flow of money in the M2 supply. That being said, I'm going to show you some new signs that I've had for a while and have been using. This will give you an even better idea, duration, so that you can learn more about how I make my choices. One more time, this is not business advice. It's been a while since I last used this great buy signal alert on donde, but it's worked great for me. A lot of people use this buy signal that's been around for a while. In fact, it's been watching a bit since 2019. At this point, it's clear that Bitcoin was selling for a very low price. At that time, each coin was selling for about 8, 9K. For a short time, the price started going up, but this picture makes it clear that Bitcoin is below this green line, which this measure says is the sell your house line. This sign basically tells you to sell your house and buy Bitcoin. That's the whole point. I now think that no one should ever give up their house to buy Bitcoin or any other altcoin. But this sign says the same thing. It might be a good idea to buy Bitcoin right now. It's not a wonder that you would have done very well if you had bought Bitcoin here when it was worth $5,000, 0 cents to $7,000, 0 cents per coin, and kept buying it when it was below this green line. It went through the roof at $63,000 per coin, and then almost $70,000, 0 cents per coin here the next year in 2021. You may have also seen that this page has an altcoin icon. This light pale yellow line is for altcoins. This currency sign has never been in the last 4 years. You must have sold your home. Now, the altcoin signal tells us that altcoins are a great buy. What other coins does it refer to? It means bigger coins like Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and maybe even Cardano, which I don't like at all. It's the lowest it's ever been, as you can see. Why does this happen? Bitcoin has been killed a lot more than it ever has before. When we look at market dominance, you can say this about any choice you make right now. Still, this sign and others that say very different things say that now is a great time to start using altcoins. It says on this sign that you should sell your house. I don't. I agree with that. I still think people shouldn't sell their houses. Another cool thing about this predictor is that it has also found the tops of altcoins very accurately. Like, altcoins hit all-time highs in April and May 2021. It was clear that the market was telling people to buy a house and sell their altcoins. It's great right now. It's interesting that Bitcoin is said to be in this range. This signal is also very interesting because it tells you to sell all of your Bitcoin and invest the money in altcoins. That's really cool. I know many of you hold XRP HBARs and other coins like them, and we all know how well they can do these days. BTC has gone through the roof if you look at it. I really don't believe all of the signs are going to be great. Some say it helps to look at a lot of different signs to get a sense of what to expect and what to watch out for. Here's what I know. The flow of money is where M2 comes from. This great map that Ralph Powell showed everyone in Europe tells a very interesting story. A lot of money is being printed in China and Canada. The US is also about to get more money. You know that digital assets usually go up in value very quickly within 6 to 8 weeks of the money supply going up. But a lot more people will be able to buy if the Federal Reserve lowers rates and gives banks cash. Bitcoin, XRP, HBARs. That's when I think the altcoin season will really start to pick up. I think the Fed will lower rates at least 2 times this year. This will make a huge amount of money flow, maybe even trillions of dollars if they lower the rates even more. This means the Bitcoin is likely to go up in the end, but I believe alternative coins are really hot at the moment. Why do I think altcoins will do so much better? Another strange thing is that besides XRP and Solana, not many other altcoins have changed hands. Almost every currency has a time of the year when it really takes off. Some people say that this market isn't the same as it was in 2021. In 2021, new projects kept popping up out of nowhere, and they were building 100, 200, or even 300 axes in just a few months, like Solana. That I tend to agree with those who say that now that the market is more established, the winners will do really well. But projects that don't really offer anything of value won't. And I think that projects that actually offer real world benefits, solve real world problems, and make people's lives easier will do really well. Now, I like to compare it to the dot bubble when all the overvalued internet companies that weren't making any money just burst. I think that was in 2021, and there were a lot of crazy new projects that came out at the same time. Meme coins went crazy in value, everything was a mess. I think this is the time after the dot-com bubble burst around 2022 or 2023 when the crypto boom burst. Amazon and Google, two of the most important dot-coms, are starting to do well. So what are the Googles and Amazons of the cryptocurrency world? XRP is a bit like Amazon in that way. The biggest banks in the world will be able to use it because it was designed to be used that way. It was made for shops, but anyone can use it for any kind of trade. I think HRE is more like Google. We'll use this system for very hard jobs like tokenizing real girl assets because it works so well and solves such tough issues. It's where I'm putting most of my money because I think these companies will keep coming up with new ideas and grow faster than their rivals. I think more and more investors will see this. It's likely to make them invest more in XRP and HBAR, but mostly it's about teaching everyone to stop worrying about those stupid meme coins, which I think we can all agree were bad for the community, and focus on more important things. So yes, the alt signal is telling you to buy a lot of altcoins. I agree with you. I still think it's a good time, but that doesn't mean XRP won't change. To put it another way, it's been very crazy. I want to tell you that XRP hit a high point of 335 per coin. Since then, it's gone up and down a lot. To sum up, we know that the amount of money in circulation is growing and that most signs point to the probability that there is a lot more room for altcoins to grow right now. Big banks are trying to use cryptocurrency in their business, and it looks like this is happening right now as the government passes laws to support it. We know that Ripple projects and the people who work on them buy huge systems like Hidden Road to handle XRP, the ledger, and